Are you going to do it?
Oh, I'm going to do it now that I'm live. Welcome back to the Service Business Mastery Podcast. I am one half of your dynamic duo, Joshua Crouch, sitting virtually. Last week we were next to each other, but virtually again is Tersh. And
you could
today,
hold my hand last week.
I didn't want to. We weren't that close.
I know. You social distance yourself from me.
I did. I tried to be at least 10. I tried to double the social distance rules. I tried to be about 12 feet away from you.
I felt that way.
So we have been, and not all of it's been released yet, but so this will be like a first live one where we're really talking about pain points with contractors. And this has really been a focus of ours moving forward into the end of 2022 and the beginning of 2023, because there is so much going on in the world. As the time of this live recording, election cycle just passed us and they're still figuring that stuff out. There's a whole lot of stuff, recessions getting thrown around, employees are getting laid off from big tech companies. And we're going to talk with Ashley Tanner of Iron Mountain Plumbing today.
By the way, she takes the most amazing photos. I haven't even.
Oh, she does. Just wait till her new website is done. It's going to be beautiful. She knows how to capture the light and the angles. And so if this plumbing thing doesn't work out, photography may be calling.
Yeah, graphic design, something. She's got an eye for it. That's for sure. It helps that her logo is amazing as well.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking with her, and this isn't going to be one of our normal conversations. A lot of times we get vendors and thought leaders and authors and things like that on the show to talk about all of these different things and how you can improve your business and grow your business, stuff like that. But along the way, there are a lot of hardships that happen as entrepreneurs and things that happen that suck. And we want to make sure that not only these stories are shared, but that other people understand that it's okay. You're not alone. And there is a huge community. And I think that's probably what I learned the most out of the Women in HVACR event. There's a huge community of people that actually care and will help you.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to be going through that today. It's it could get emotional. I know Ashley shared her story a little bit on social media, but
there's a strong possibility that I will be crying. So just be aware of that.
If you're a little bit easier crier, make sure you have some tissues. But with that being said, the focus. Sorry, and Tersh put me on the air before I was really ready. So, but we have come up with a new tagline. Some of you guys have seen that, and we've tried to encompass what this show is about. So that way, not only do you know, but it's what we want to focus on. It's serving people and mastering success. So you guys will start seeing that on a lot of our branding and everything else, because that's really what we're about. I'm trying. So you threw me on the spot, and I just came up with that.
Yeah, you did a good job. You did a really good job.
Do you have anything that you want to add?
Yeah, I want to ask you a quick question real fast. How long do you think you could go without talking?
Oh, not very long. Like if you weren't here, I could just talk.
Just ramble.
I would just talk until nobody's listening, and I'd probably still continue.
Before we get started, I want to say a huge shout out to our partners and sponsors of the podcast. Without them, we'd still do this. We did it for years without sponsors and partners, but what they do is help make our production step up to the next level. And I want to say a huge shout out to Justin Noah at Upfrog. They do a great, with refrog and reactivating their clients. It's an amazing platform. So huge shout out to them. If you have clients that you want to reactivate, reach out to Upfrog. Sarah, Billy, we were just meeting with him yesterday. I promise you, every time I have a conversation with Billy, I learn something new. And he's just a genuinely smart guy, and they're going to change the industry. They're working on it, but there's some crazy things that are coming out.
You couldn't divulge too much, so we can't divulge too much because we don't know anything.
He's divulged a few things to us that we can't say anything about, but there's a lot more that he just couldn't say. And the industry is going to change a lot based on some of the things that they're doing, which is amazing. Last but not least, Company Cam, the DAM system, digital asset management system. And it's great because like even our recordings that we got from last week, whenever we were at Women in HVACR in Phoenix, I uploaded them to Google Drive, and there was four
That was an experience.
1,400 photos that I have here, but they're all in Google Drive, and I put them in the wrong folder, and so now I have to move it, and so it's Google Drive's not a digital assets management system, or not a good one. So we were talking to Claire at the event, and it was we were talking about some really cool things there. She's from Company Cam, and a huge shout out to them and everything they're doing with the industry, and they're really trying to focus and bring more value to the industry. So yeah, you got anything you want to add there, Joshua?
Let's get started.
Yeah.
Are you looking for valuable business advice to reach that 7-figure revenue mark? Do you want actionable tips to properly navigate through every business challenge you encounter along the way? Let Tersh Blissett and Josh Crouch be your guide in getting you to the top here at Service Business Mastery. Tune in as they sit down with world-renowned authors in business, leadership, and personal growth who share valuable insights about management, marketing, pricing, human resources, and so much more. Let their nuggets of wisdom gold guide you in owning a thriving, profitable, and ever-growing business. Here are your hosts, Tersh and Josh.
Welcome, Ashley. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
You usually lead off, and I'm like, I was taking the banner down. I'm trying to do something else, and I'm like, okay, someone's got to talk.
No, I'm silent.
So
Church is still jet lagged, I think, from last week.
I really am. How are you, Ashley?
Good.
Good. Are you sure?
No, but
No. Okay.
I will be.
Yeah, I know.
You will be, and that's
So,
well, we'll get into that. But
yeah,
could you start by sharing your story and kind of lead us up to the current day, so people understand like where things were and kind of how you got to this point and where you are now.
Okay, so I own, partially with my husband, a better half, Iron Mountain Plumbing. We rebranded our company about almost a year and a half ago. So we spent the last year and a half growing our business from being just a one truck company. We hired a marketing company a year ago, and spent a lot of money that we really didn't have. And we struggled to get consistent call volume, the normal stuff that everyone's wanting.
And everybody says, well, just give it 6 months. Everything takes 6 months.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Everyone says that. We gave it time. I was really naive just because it was my first big company. Up until that point, like I had done everything myself, or my sister-in-law helped me a lot. And so we started to notice some issues pretty quickly on, but we thought, oh, it'll get better. And then I just wasn't getting any calls, like anything, like hardly anything. And
and how many texts do you have at this time? Like this is probably within the last few months, right?
Yes, we had 4 texts. Okay. So we were, pushing forward, but we never could keep them. Like we didn't ever have the call volume to keep 4 texts busy, which blew my mind in a market of 300,000 people, like a service area. Like I was naive. So
can I ask you something real fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
During the process of hiring another technician, was there a time where what led you to hire more technicians? Because I've been exactly where you're at, and I questioned this myself, was like, do we really need to hire another technician? Because the call volume's not really there. Say we have 3 technicians. If I hire a 4th one, sure, it puts pressure on me to keep the 4th person busy, But like right now we have 3 technicians that are 100% busy, but then also I look at the 3 technicians and I'm saying, okay, their efficiency isn't that great. Like there's room for improvement. Like they're kind of blowing through some calls. So if I improve their efficiency and hire a 4th technician and keep that, there's a chance I can keep that person busy. Is that kind of how you were into it, or was there a different reason for you hiring 4 technicians?
So we were coached to keep hiring.
Okay.
Like we were coached to just add them, and then the calls would kind of come.
Add the text, the calls will come.
It's like the Field of Dreams, right? Build it and they'll come.
Right. So we were like, okay. But there was an issue. Like there was clearly an issue. And so we hired them, and I'm trying to be nice. They were just weak. Like they were just
the technicians themselves.
Yeah, they couldn't handle pushback and stuff. So we worked on training and stuff like that. Then we started noticing in August a severe drop in our call volume. Now, we were told that it was attributed to school starting and different things like that. And then I started really pushing the envelope with it. Like I was just not taking that. And they were looking into it, and they said that they had their team and everybody was looking into it. And then I got a message with a screenshot from a conversation with Google that they, in essence, had frozen my Google accounts and my ads because they had manipulated my PPC budgets too much in a short amount of time. And
wow, that sounds familiar.
The algorithms couldn't catch up, and that it would take days to figure out. Well, my graph and my datas for my my Google stuff was decreased for 2 months. I went from a decent amount of calls to like nothing for days.
Josh, you remember like a year or year and a half ago when I messaged you? Like we talk, Josh and I talk every single day, like every single day of the week, multiple times a day. But I messaged him and I said, hey man, my calls just dropped, like stopped. He's like, what do you mean your calls just stopped? Like my calls just stopped. He said, have you called to see if like your phone line's broken or something like that? I was like, yeah, I've done that. They just stopped. Like, I don't know what's going on. And he went through and did a dive, and another friend of ours did a dive, and they're like, everything looks good. Josh, do you ever remember what there wasn't a problem? It was.
I don't, in a year and a half ago, it literally feels like a lifetime ago. Because I had just stopped that summer. I had just stopped working full time and running the marketing business. So,
and you're getting ready to move and all this other stuff.
And then we had some false positive suspensions on some Google listings. That was like in the middle of summer. I was freaking out. So just some issues last summer ourselves. But I've seen that stuff happen for like a couple days, but normally it pops right back. Like unless something drastic happens. And Ashley shared that transcript with me, and I kind of went through it. I'm like, Google's literally telling you it's too much. Like you can't. Here's the thing: when you guys run ads, and this is something to keep in mind. It's nothing really to do with you or sometimes even the marketing company. These algorithms that we work with every day, they need data. It's all machine learning. There is not a single human being sitting there touching your stuff. It's all machine learning. It learns based on data and feedback and what users experience. And if you don't let it get that data and you keep tweaking things, LSA is a perfect example. I know for a fact when you change your budget on LSA, you need to wait at least 2 weeks before that change actually goes. And they do that so people aren't manipulating the system, because then all of a sudden, if you're constantly trying to manipulate it, because Google will give you calls if you have a smaller budget at certain times of the month. And it's just one of those things, like machine learning, you have to let it learn. Same thing with social media ads. I've talked with Justin Riley a bunch about this, whether it's on our episode or off. You got to let the system do its thing. And if you're constantly tweaking it every day, every other day, stuff like that, it's going to cause problems, which is what it sounds like happened with your account.
Yeah. So they tried blaming it first that our phones weren't working with Service Titan. We use Service Titan, and I spent hours on the phone with Service Titan checking all of our tracking numbers. It wasn't any of that. Then they tried telling me that it was our integration into Marketing Pro with Service Titan, and we got some of the excellent.
How would that have even
So
affected?
it didn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't Service Titan at all. We got on with a couple of their marketing people, and they pretty much told them like it's not possible. And yeah, it was really, really stressful. We started losing employees because we didn't have calls to give them, and they needed to support their families. And so,
and for you guys, so August, September, how long in business were you guys at that point?
So we've been in business 5 years by that point. But really like growing and learning a lot of stuff, like only a year and a.
Okay. So you're probably
been like a year since you rebranded and everything.
Yeah.
So we're not talking like a massive database, because I'm sure there's people out there thinking, well, you could just constantly call your outstanding customers. If you got a list of 5,000 to 10,000 people, that's easy, right? But if you don't, there's really there's nothing to fall back on. Like if you don't have new calls, you have nothing.
No. So we were just integrating in with Marketing Pro. I started doing some email campaigns through that. But we don't have that database, to fall back on yet.
Yep.
For past customers, I will say that right now our past customers are what's keeping us pretty busy. But I lost everybody, not just like one tech. I lost 3 techs in a matter of weeks, and I lost my CESR last week because she got a promotion at her other job that she had, which was fine. Like, it is what it is. But like, I mean, I lost everybody because I didn't have calls. Like,
so when this is happening, what's going through your guys' mind? Like, what are you thinking about?
Well, I knew something was wrong. So like in April, I started really looking into other marketing companies to change my marketing company. I started researching, and I started digging and asking friends a lot of questions. And I had to get to the point where I had to let my ego go and just start asking and learning, because I mean, my degree, I didn't go to school in marketing. I was an elementary school teacher. I just fell into the plumbing trade with my husband. And so I had to start asking people, and luckily the women community in the trades is phenomenal. Like,
oh, absolutely. We learned that firsthand last week.
It was a powerful event last week. Like there's some, I mean, I think we did 12 or 13 podcast episodes.
wow.
We did a
2
lot.
days.
One day we did like
9
10
or 12. Yeah. The first day was kind of slow. The second day but the amount of absolute badass women in the trades is unbelievable.
Yeah, so the women in the trades just wrapped me up in their arms and helped me, because I was like, I need help. So I knew something was broken. And when something's broken, you turn internally like really fast. And
absolutely.
So I took ownership. My husband and I took ownership for everything. Like, it was our fault that our marketing was failing because we allowed it to continue on. So we needed to fix it. So we cleaned house. We are transitioning out of our marketing company. We got all of our employees are gone. And we changed our business coaching company to have a new perspective on a different way of doing things.
How is that even possible though? Because most of your coaching companies, they lock you into a contract, and there's a tough feeling, because I've been there, where you're in a group and it's like, okay, I'm paying you a large sum of money every month. Now we have very few employees because we were large, then we dropped back down.
Mhm.
And I don't feel like I'm getting much support from you, but I'm still in a contract with you. Like, did you not experience that same thing?
No, we were under a contract.
Well, that's good.
So yeah, we were under a contract. We are extremely grateful for our business coaches that helped us get started. We just needed to learn more. We needed
Okay.
more help, more systems, more other things. So when we lost pretty much everything, we just decided, what the hell? And I mean, you might as well go big or go home and just freaking change it all up, because clearly it wasn't working. So we changed. But my eye has twitched for weeks without like stopping.
I
Like
got like a steady tick now.
pretty much, like the amount of stress that I have been under. I mean, all business owners,
Well, I will tell you that your stress, you're handling it very well because you're not bald like me yet. So there's that.
you have to, but my husband didn't handle it nearly as well as I did. So
Okay.
just great. No, I no, there's been some really rough moments. I'm not gonna lie. But usually I just talk with my husband, like we just work it through. And you realize like how your body copes with stress is different than what you anticipated. So
What do you mean?
I required a lot more sleep than I did before. Like, so I'm a runner and I love to run, and I usually get up at like 4:30 in the morning and work out. The last little bit, I haven't been able to do that as much because I need more sleep, because
Yeah.
my mind can't process everything that I'm going through. So like changing my website and doing all that stuff, as well as changing my coaching and the stuff that they're requiring, and having a new bookkeeper and all this other stuff, like my mind can't keep up with it. So I have to take care of my body and my mind to be able to process the stress.
That's exactly like me. I mean, there are days I'm an introvert anyways, and so like I go to these.
You run in
events.
the morning, Tersh?
No, other than that, that part completely no. If you ever see me running, follow me, because
There's
something
probably
bad-
a fire or someone's
there's something
chasing them.
bad coming behind us. I don't run at all. I did that for many moons, many years. I did that, and no more. But yeah, I'll go to these events and I'll wear myself out at these events, and then take 2 or 3, 4 days just of cocoon recovery almost. And I know that about myself, but it's gotten progressively worse the more stress that I've incurred, as far as with this business goes. And Josh and I have talked about this, like, because the podcast has taken me away from my business a lot. And we've discussed this, like, hey, you're going to be successful where you focus. And I focused a ton on the podcast this past year. And so therefore my other businesses one of them has a manager, so that one's good. But the other one that didn't have a full-time general manager suffered greatly. And it's evident because of how much I've focused on this other area. Now you did education before, is that correct? You taught before you started working with your husband. Have you considered going back that route?
No, parents are awful.
Okay. Well, there's that.
I mean, I have 4 kids. No, because I find joy and fulfillment and helping my husband reach like a dream of his. And I also am his biggest cheerleader.
You sound exactly like Julie.
So like he needs me, because like he would not
does.
accomplish half of the stuff that he needs to accomplish without me. And I mean that very nicely.
No, you're
We know
100%
exactly.
right.
We know exactly what you're saying, Ashley. We both work closely with our significant others, and we
need that cheerleader. And even if we don't
when we need the guidance. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Brittany, I've had some social media stuff recently, and she got
you ain't.
There's been times when I needed to get reined in, and she she knows, and women have such a, it's like a sixth or seventh sense you guys all have. Like you just know
Women,
when it's time to
are you
step
serious?
in.
Women have that. Like I'm pretty sure the entire world had that sense whenever they seen your post, Josh.
No, not everybody.
You will.
Matt Tyner even comments in here.
He called me the day after. He called me that.
I love Matt.
Yeah, it's just like a partnership, you know, like
It is.
and anyone who tells you that they're not stressed running a business is full of freaking crap. Like,
You're right.
like
Well,
if they make it look easy, they're full of crap too because it's not easy. So,
well, and here's the thing. Here's the stigma, right? And I'm sure you've probably heard this because I know you've shared this openly in a couple of the groups. Well, your culture must not be good, or it's like it's always like, well, if people are leaving you, then there must be something wrong with you. Like it's
Cassie and I were talking about that the other day. Cassie and Leslie, and they were like, the first thing that people say is you have bad culture. Screw you. That is not the case. Like everybody that gets on social media and says they have
it's never that simple.
Perfect culture and perfect everything. You're like, okay, got it. I understand. Got it.
yeah, a lot of it too, like for us, like we would take our guys to lunch, like
same.
and we would like do giveaways and we would send texts encouraging them and really ask them like about their families and do group parties with their families and their kids and go swimming. And, you know, we would do stuff. But like when you're pioneering in a market that is 20 years behind everybody else that is still doing like carbon copy invoices and charging $65 an hour, and you're the freaking youngest business owners, like come sit on my doorstep and tell me that it's bad culture. Like,
yeah. No, that's the hardest thing in the world for me because we've done the exact same thing. We have parties once a quarter, do the exact same thing. We send gift baskets to spouses on their anniversaries and stuff like that. And then the technician leaves, and we've had technicians leave that moved across country, moved to Denver, and we're like, okay, can't really fault you there. But then there's other people that are like, I love you, but like, I just want to try something over here. And we're like, okay, like screw all of the culture things that we've done. You know what I mean? Like like almost to the point to where you're like, man, I'm just burnt out constantly trying to do these culture things. And then they're leaving for other reasons. And it's just, it is extremely frustrating. I totally feel your pain 100%.
It's like you're in an emotionally abusive relationship that's one-sided because you're giving all this.
Can feel like that.
Bro. You're speaking right at me. Like I feel your pain 100%. How are you getting through this? What's your solution to this? I mean, obviously leaning on other people.
Well,
I mean, you can look at the chat bar and see people are just coming and they're like super supportive, and like you're vocal at like your issues. Like you're very much so, and most people aren't. And
that's because they're dumb. And like, if you don't go and like reach out to people, like, come on. Like, there's such a beautiful community of people like that are willing to help you. You just have to.
Are you not fearful that it'll be used against you? Or, I mean, obviously you have to check your ego at the door.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a lot of people are just like, look, I don't want everybody knowing my business. And I like, if it's good, yeah, I'll share it. It's Facebook, the typical quote unquote Facebook life. And if it's great, then I'll share it. If it's bad, then I'm going to keep it internal and keep it to myself.
I just think none of us are perfect. And at the end of the day, you can't grow unless you show every aspect of who you are. Like, I'm the first to admit that, like, I don't know everything. And the only way I'm going to learn is to ask people for help. And there's a lot of people that can do stuff better than me. And so why not seek counsel from them if they're better at something so that I can understand? I'm not going to understand everything. The moment you sit there and stop learning or stop being willing to listen is the moment you're going to stop growing.
Well, and what I love about, so to kind of recap, because we've talked a couple of things, you kind of mentioned that you've been changing things. So to recap, this all happened. You guys didn't just sit in your own sorrow and not do anything. you weren't frozen by the fear of making other mistakes. You guys have changed your business coaching, you've changed your marketing, you've changed. You're continuing to hire. You said you had 2 more interviews. I know you've had some interviews last week. Like you're continuing to move forward, which I think it doesn't feel like it now, right? Because you're going through this and it's raw. But this will pay dividends down the line, because you didn't just say, you know what, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be depressed about it, and I'm not going to talk to anybody about it, and I'm not going to seek counsel. Like, because it happens, right? This is a slippery slope. Like it's stuff that's real like this that can take people down a hole that sometimes they don't recover from.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the end for some businesses if you're not careful.
You know, Dan and I were talking about this the other day, about like how what we've gone through in the last couple months would kill a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I was like, well, this is easy. Like, we'll get through it. I'm not worried about it. But it's about mindset and attitude, really. You know, like Josh and I were talking the other day. I was running on the treadmill, and he's like, oh, I could never do that. And I told him how I was running. I had run several half marathons. So if you don't know,
That's the part I told you I couldn't.
Did you have something chasing you, or like, I know that wasn't for fun or anything.
I like, it's hard. And running a business is hard, and running a half marathon is hard. And if you know anything about me, I have cerebral palsy. So the muscles on the left side of my body do not work the same way as other people. Not a lot of people know about that, but like my left side's weak compared to my right. Now, people would tell you that you can't do something because, oh, my muscles are weak. Well, that's just an excuse. You can do anything you want to as long as you push forward. So people will tell me that I can't have this business model where I'm located because it's not done. Well, watch me.
What do you mean by that? What's the quote unquote business model that you can't do?
Like just being 100% digital, paying performance-based pay, being progressive, not doing time and materials, having uniforms, not doing new construction, not doing remodeling, not doing commercial calls, really, like being strictly residential service, plumbing and repair, and water treatment.
Were there times where you're saying no to things and you don't have work
all the time,
and you're like, I should totally say yes to this because I need work?
All the time. But my husband reminds me that is not our avatar customer. And that
it sounds like you guys work well together there. Like you keep each other, like certain times you just need to be redirected by the person closest to you.
All the time. He's always like, babe, that's not our avatar customer. We are not going to lower ourselves. I'd rather be fishing on the mountain than sitting there and giving up calls to like look like I'm busy and not being able to convert.
I love that.
Yeah, I get it.
That's
totally. Great. I mean, there's times where we've said yes because we were so slow, and then sure as shit, every time get burnt by them. You're like, after the fact, you're like, that wasn't our avatar. We knew it wasn't our avatar. We said yes because we were slow. Now it's costing us even more. I mean, we got sued one time from a person that we knew we should not have taken the call from, and we did, and then it burned us.
Or they leave you a bad review because they don't value your services, and so you just wasted.
You're more expensive. Yep.
$118 LSA lead, or whatever your LSA lead or pay-per-click lead is in your area, and then you freaking wasted $300 in gas and labor and time getting there just to get a freaking 1-star review because the person was cheap and didn't want to use your services because it wasn't your avatar customer.
Doesn't sound like you've ever done that before.
I was just saying, this doesn't sound like something that's actually happened to you before.
Oh my gosh, we had people write fake reviews on our Google once because we were like competing with the local companies that are from our community that are the good old boys.
And they don't like it. They don't see, and they don't like change. It's weird because we talk about raising the industry as a whole, but then your own competitors are the ones who will go on. I've had this happen in the past where a competitor didn't like the way we were doing things and they wrote a bad review.
Or their customers that are very loyal to them will leave us bad fake reviews.
Well, and if they didn't if they actually had sat down for lunch, had a conversation with you, they realize you're real people. You're not trying to put them out of business, and you're actually trying to help them make more money too, because you're a good competitor.
Yeah.
What are you doing over there, man? Stop playing.
Don't mind me.
But so
Squirrel.
you know what? We all have ADD.
I legit have
Tersh has
ADD.
it. Tersh has it worse than most, I think.
Gosh,
What are y'all talking about again?
get Adam and I together and a couple people in it.
Oh man.
My bookkeeper's sole responsibility, like when I hired her, I told her, just keep me focused.
Yes, that's
Another thing. So that's another thing you've done, right? You decided
changed up the
you just
bookkeeper.
changed
Now,
the
did you
bookkeeper.
go with like did you go with a fractional bookkeeper?
I went with no one that is involved in the trades.
Okay.
So I went with someone that could also, I could hire a personal assistant if I needed to.
What do you mean by that?
So they like outsource, like, so they interview bookkeepers. It's like an interview process with the owner and them, and they like match people that will work well together. So my bookkeeper is very mellow, very like calming, but she's very strict. So like she's great for me because I am like high strung sometimes, especially when I'm stressed.
And I could never pick that up out.
Never.
Your red-green personality.
No, right? She's like, so she's really good. She text messaged me. She gives me positive affirmations when I get something done for her. Like, it's gonna be a great
Send me a message. I need that person.
Right? She's like
the hardest thing. So tell me this: did before you came into the trades compared to now, has it changed you in any way?
Yes. So
Okay.
I'm a lot harder. Like in the sense, like I might come off really strong and tough, you know, but like I am the most caring and loyal person that you will ever meet. And I am very protective of those that I let in my circle. I don't trust anybody, like besides my husband.
Are
My
you more
husband,
so than that way now than you were before?
yes. Like I used to just give people the benefit of the doubt.
Mhm.
Like, oh, it'll be good, you know.
Right.
But now the only person I trust 100% is my husband. Like,
That sounds, you sound identical to my wife, Julie. We got taken advantage of by a wrap company. They overcharged us by something like $20,000, $28,000 actually.
Jeez.
And she was like, well, they'll make it right. I'm like, no, they won't. They've got our check. They're going to screw us. Like, and so like when she first came into the business, she was dispatching in CSR and mainly dispatching, but she was, well, yeah, and then Julie comments. She's like the most bubbly, like optimistic, everything's gonna be dandy, great. And I'm like, give it some time. This industry's gonna ruin you. And she's like, no, it won't. No, it won't. And now she's like, gets on the phone with technicians and she's like, all right, cut the crap. Like, we know what you're doing. Like, before she was like, just make sure you leave a yard sign, put your floor mats out, put your shoe covers on, show them a wow time. You know, she'd say all these great things. And Justin, the guy that moved to Denver, he would always like almost mock her, but at the same time, he cared for her. We were friends before he started working with us. And he was like, I'll show them a fantastic time. And that's not Justin's personality at all. Justin's very much like, I want to get in there, get done, and get out of there. And so she actually changed them. Right. But now it's like, oh my God, like it's just I'm so like the industry hardened her, and in a bad way, which I hate really. There's times where like our bookkeeper was the same way, and she's very positive. But at the same time, she's like a no nonsense type of person. And I really, I don't know. I feel like we need to be surrounded by more people like that to make us positive, like show us the things that we enjoyed about the business when we really enjoyed the business. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I'm not allowed to deal with the text because I think a lot of the times they're just acting like 17-year-old girls trying to prom dress shop and compete with each other. And like I just can't handle it. Like so I don't deal with the text because I'm not nice enough anymore to deal with them. I do care, but
Julie is a lot nicer than I am still. So she still can handle them very well.
I can't, just because I'm like, dude, you're a 38-year-old man. And I don't say this to them, but like, you can't handle someone saying no to you. What the deal is wrong with you? Like, people, did you ever not get rejected by a girlfriend or anything? Like, but
I think that's the challenge that we have as business owners, and
yeah,
we're changing up things. We're listening to a coach tell us one thing, and then we're going and telling our interpretation of what the coach says to our technicians. And then
Mhm.
our technicians are like, come on, man, this is the flavor of the week. Like, are we going to change it again, in a couple of weeks? Like, no, this is what we're going to do from now on. And then it's almost like, okay, we have to go through these technicians. Like, we have to get rid of these technicians and bring on technicians who only see us with this mindset. Like, we're going to provide this wow culture, and we have to hire new technicians who are going to buy into this wow culture, and that's the only way it's going to work. I don't know if other people feel. And the thing about it is like, I really feel for people who have 30, 40, 50 technicians, and they change, or they're trying to change their culture, or they're going to provide wow service all of a sudden, and now they have to have all those people buy into it, whereas um, it's not something that you've known all the time, like from the time you were hired on. Does that
yeah,
make sense?
yeah. I just think that, like, at the end of the day, being a female in a predominantly male industry is interesting. And I had experiences like locally where I am, where a supply house owner, he used to own it, he sold it to his sons, came up to me, he's an older man, and he's like, "Do you know who I am?" Flat out, "Do you know who I am?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you use the supply house?" And I said, "No, because you don't supply me with the parts I need, and you change the price based on who's showing up to pick it up. So you could charge my husband one price and me another price." But I will say, nationally, like when we went to Profit Rocket, um, I have never been more supported by men in the industry than when I went there. And I was maybe like 5% female, like in a predominantly male room.
Yeah.
And I think we're changing. And I think employees and culture and stuff is changing. But I think at the end of the day, you can't be a pushover, and you can't let excuses get in the way of your success. Like, I could sit there and say what I've gone through. I mean, I'm getting ready to bury both of my parents. So both of my parents died in the last 18 months.
Great.
And my business is like, it'll be okay. But like, I could use that as an excuse. I have 4 children. I'm burying my parents, my business, blah, blah, blah. Well, no, I'm taking ownership for it. And I'm putting my big girl pants on, and I'm finding what was broken and not making excuses. So,
And I love, I mean, and Amanda Triolo from Grasshopper would be really proud because their motto is "Forward is a way of life,"
yeah,
and that literally feels like what you guys have done as far as new bookkeeper, new marketing, new coach, new. I mean, you guys, you're changing it on the fly,
mhm,
and you're not taking no for an answer. You continue to push forward, and if someone takes anything away from this episode, is one, it's okay to take a breath and to let it sink in. Like, sometimes you just got to take a break, and you got to, like, you guys got Prophet Rocky. You went away for a couple days. You listened to some industry leaders.
yeah.
How was that? How was doing, like, did you and Dan both go to Profit Rocket?
Yeah, so we both went. Victor gave us one free ticket because I think he felt bad for us. Just kidding. Victor's really nice like that. And he gave us a free ticket, and then we paid for my husband to go. It was phenomenal. It was something that I really needed. And we ended up having to cancel a trip to Mexico that we've had planned forever because we have no employees. And so it was like,
Well, that was what I was going to ask. Like, because you left, the two of you left to go to Profit Rocket, and not having employees, then it's like, if a call
No
comes
revenue.
in, then yeah, no revenue comes in. So
yeah, well, luckily we're very smart with our money and we have savings.
yeah,
Um,
that is good.
so that helps. But, we just took the leap of faith that if we invested in our business,
Mhm.
and our emotional stuff for like our business, that it would come back. And we learned so much from a lot of the people that were there.
Let me ask you this about the change that you've gone through. Do you feel like any of it you're doing too fast? Like I'm changing up my bookkeeper too quickly, or do you feel like you waited too long to change up things too? Because I've gone through things where I look back and I'm like, wow, I should have done that way sooner than what I did. And then other times I'm like, maybe I'm pulling the gun too quickly. Like maybe I didn't give this person enough of a chance.
So before, I never had a bookkeeper. I just did it all myself, and I hated it.
Gotcha.
And so I outsourced it because I hated it. So if you don't enjoy doing it, outsource it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the marketing, I had suspicions for a while, and there were some red flags. And I started reaching out to people that knew a lot more about marketing than me and asking questions, and it just was not adding up. So I went to find something that was a better fit for us. And then business coaching, we kind of had known for a while that we were going to need just to change, because like if you stay with the same people all the time, you're learning the same information. So why not change up your scenery and learn new things? No one knows everything. I mean, I love when people get wrong. So,
Josh knows everything.
Josh does.
Yeah.
He doesn't sleep either. Do you ever know that? Josh does not sleep.
I just have.
I sleep enough for Josh. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You don't go to bed until like 3 a.m. I heard the stories while we were at the Women in HVACR event once you had a couple drinks in you.
yeah, I'll sleep when I'm dead.
So Ashley, and actually let me back up. So first of all, anyone that has been following this live show, we've had a ton of comments and stuff come in. It has been great. I love the energy from this, and being able to ask questions and put the stuff on the screen is, for Tersh and I, is a lot of fun. Like we really enjoy that and seeing that. So I really appreciate you guys joining us for the live and asking your questions and also just kind of giving your thoughts on what Ashley's been her story. But if someone wants to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to do so?
Just DM me. Just find me on
mostly Facebook or LinkedIn or.
Yeah, I'd like to say that I'm really active on my LinkedIn account, but I think it's just a bunch of random people that try to be my friend on there.
So they can sell you something?
Yeah, just trying to upsell me on something. Just reach out on Facebook. I'm an open book. Like I've got nothing to hide, and I have nothing to prove to anybody about anything. And so, but the moment you try to do like sell me on something on Facebook or tell me I need something or like tell me I need something.
I love the post you made the other day.
I will freaking cut you faster than you can blink an eye.
That post you made the other day, I was like, golly, like that's Facebook is getting to where it's like LinkedIn. You'll get a friend request and then instantly DM, hey,
I have a feeling someone's got some kind of automated program that as soon as you accept it, it's like 5 minutes later you get a message.
Or if you're some like freak pedophile guy that's trying to talk to me through Messenger, I've been married for 16 years. Just go away. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, come on. So just tell me what you want in my DM and I'll message you back. I'm pretty good about it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I really appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing your story. You can tell just from the comments and the people that have been with us live that there's a lot of similarities that they've had in their business or even at certain points in time. So it's not just you. And if you're listening to this, it's not just you either. No. People are going through this. They're going through it right now. And it's okay for you to share your story and to talk to other people who've been through it.
And I think it's okay to recognize that it's hard. Like it's not gonna be easy and it's not gonna come overnight and just be something that's like instant, like it takes years to build this. And that sometimes you just need to remember that you're doing a lot better than you really think you are.
That's a great point.
Just keep pushing forward. The moment you stop pushing forward is the moment that like you're going to stop growing.
That's exactly. A great way to end it.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Ashley.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Service Business Mastery. Now that you are equipped with essential business advice from this impactful conversation, you are one step closer to becoming the successful owner of your dreams. If this episode has been helpful to your business journey, don't forget to subscribe to the show, leave a rating, and share it with other owners as well. Visit servicebusinessmastery.com to learn more.